Hey, you're still here. All right. You wrote me a 2-hour set list. Thank you. Once in a blue moon, it all comes together. Everything turns out right. Everyone's in tune. All's right with the weather. Day settles in tonight. And the night towns turn the lights down. And the night sounds are beautiful on a blue moon night, when it's still alright for one more blue moon night. Once in a blue moon, we turn off the iTunes, step out into the hut. We notice what's happening, how it's all connected. Realize we've had it good. Now we feel things we were hiding, and our eyes stain tears on a blue moon night, when it's still alright for one more blue moon in the gathering glow of the afterglow. Can we ask for one more blue moon night, when it's still alright for one more shaky town, going up country, sinking down, thinking about you. I'm a sucker for the thrill of the chase, a little damage and a little grace. Think about you. Think about you. Pulled out of the sad cafe, midnight waters, a half moon bay, made me think about you. I'm a sucker for the fountain of youth, till I bang my head on a mountain of truth. Think about you. Think about you. Turn my lover into a friend, turn my loss into a win, and my heart over to the road again. I pulled into the night owl in front desk clerk with a backdoor grin, made me think about you. I'm a sucker for a heart half closed, a heart withheld and a heart exposed. Think about you. Think about you. Think about you. Think about you. I'm burning through it here. We're about a tenth of the way there. So this is always fun when I go to the East Coast because this song is sort of born out of this area. This was a song that I wrote out of a collection of letters from my 11th generation grandfather back to my 12th generation grandfather during the American Revolution, which I came across online by Googling my grandfather. So just this book came up and I bid high like I always do, and then I won. But it was hundreds of letters from Jedidiah Huntington back to his father, and I forget what his father's name is, one of those biblical names, or Jedidiah and Ezekiel and Samuel, and there were like 12 sons, so they all had biblical names. But anyway, these letters were amazing. My grandfather worked his way up through to Major General in Washington's Army. The letters are over a 20-year time period, and they're quite eloquent and very lyrical. And so I just when we were going to war with Bush II, and I thought, I was starting to get a lot of flack for the political stuff I was writing. So I thought, I knew I had this patriot grandfather back in there, so I was sort of like, how can I use Jedidiah to serve my purposes? And more importantly, how can I turn him into a Democrat? But that wasn't going to happen. So, but he didn't go the other way. There was like everything that we've become was in these letters. It was all very clear understanding what it took to stage a revolution, and a lot of courage there. Having to forego the currency and start a whole new currency, invest whatever money they had in this dream. So I set him up for the song. I set him up in the winter of 1777 in Valley Forge, which is where he was. He had his own section there, and he at that point he was a lieutenant, or as I think, and he had his own trench lines. Actually, he was a general at that point because he had the Jedidiah. I've walked his trench lines there in Valley Forge. I detoured one time when I was cruising through Pennsylvania, and I saw Valley Forge. I just went off, and there suddenly I was there at the Huntington trench line, still there. But so, like I said, I set him up in that winter. We all know the famous winter of 1777, when the 1% of the loyalists to King George, the irony at the time. So they were all being wined and dined by the wealthy houses of Philadelphia were wining and dining. The 1% in Philadelphia were wining and dining the British soldiers in Philadelphia, while Washington and my grandfather were out there in Valley Forge. And there are some letters from there I kind of started him out, and then he just took over, and I just was able to pull whole lines and kind of make them work. So this is Jedidiah, 1777. Jedidiah out in the snow, walking the frozen trench lines, wet boots and his wool coat coming apart at the seams. Rations of hard-baked dough, handfuls of melting snow. What else can a man live on but his dreams? Sand cloth for a good waistcoat. I dream of your hearth in the fields of oat. I wake to the drum and the trembling note of the fifer. May it please God in His great mercy to shelter our friends and our family. I remain your son most faithfully, Jedidiah. Seen a man who's seen a man who's heard the king tell of his intention our independence to declare. Peace will undoubtedly bring a great revolution in commerce. May it be our rightful fortune to come in for a share. My regards to a certain Miss Moore, I've stated my honorable intentions for her, and upon my return from this necessary war, she'll be my wife. May it please God in His great mercy to restore the joys of domesticity. Salutations to the family, Jedidiah. Sovereign, who I doubt not is accomplishing the ends of his desire. My love to you and the fair Miss Moore, spare me a bottle from the cellar store. In my name let the contents pour, Jedidiah. I love that line. I have seen a man who has seen a man who has seen the king. I was actually in there. I thought, oh man, I want that line. All right, here's a medley of my hit. pretty damn good living, playing music on the beauty way. He's gonna die with some money in his pocket. Wish I could do the same today, little darling. Wish I could do the same today. Yo, white kid and a little transistor, tuned into Wolfman Jack. I picked up a guitar, heard the sirens whisper, and I never looked back, little darling, and I never looked back. I worked the clubs along the Sangre de Cristo, polished the diamond in the rough. By the time I hit LA, I was hotter than a pistol, but you're never hot enough, little darling, never really hot enough. I felt the lights on the big, big stage, the fire burning in my soul. And those nights when my guitar rages, it's not something you control, darling. It's not something you control. Red tail diving for a ride on sunset. Coyote picking through the trash. I wish I was lying like a cat in the sun instead of working like a dog for the cash, darling. I'm only working for the cash. Sometimes I wish I could unplug this cord in my soul, or my money I could take. But every time I say I'm gonna quit the beauty way, hear my bones turning in their grave, darling, bones turning in their grave. Okay. All right, I'm going to go into the tuning from hell here. You know, they make a digital guitar now that you just, it has strings, and then you just play the voicings, but it doesn't have to be in tune. And you can you can just punch in like, oh, a C tuning like this, and you just play your, and it.
Maybe you should keep one.
I'd rather tell the story about them than have it. It doesn't make any sense, but who plays one is Joni Mitchell, because she has so many different tunings. She just, no, I'd rather just you waited.
We're not going there.
All right, good deal. think.
Did you invent that too? Is that part of your too?
I did not, but it's not many people use this tuning because it's so low, and it really, the reason it takes a while to get to it is because it's so low that the neck adjusts. So right when you think you got there, then the neck does a whole back home, like kind of like my neck. Yeah, I told people the other night I used to carry 2 guitars, and one was just in this tuning. I've written so many songs in it. Even in my songbook, I explain the tuning and how to play my songs on everything. It became such a big thing, but I used to travel with 2 guitars in those days. Remember when you could get on a plane, you could carry all this shit? I used to carry 2 guitars on the plane. What happened in those days? And I had a terrible accident. I was on my phone with my 2 guitars on one of those, people mover things at the airport, and I wasn't looking. It's like huddled down trying to create space to be on the phone. I came to the end of the thing, and then, I told my kids, I was telling Jim this, I told my kids, look, when I get to the point where I'm like falling over and doing all these stupid things, will you please tell me, because I don't want to be like, I know a lot of older people, they just go, no, I'm not, I'm fine, everything's fine. Their kids don't tell them, you're losing it. I told my kids, you have my permission to tell me I'm losing it, okay, so like rein it in, Grandma. They say, okay, you're losing it. Now what?
I wrote a song.
Across the world, she tapes explosives to her chest. Steps into a shopping mall. Life devoid of all the Mercies' tenderness. Really isn't any life at all. Tender mercies, tender mercies, come before despair. Shine down on your tender mercies. It's every mother's prayer. Down below the factory, along the riverside, children swimming in a poison pool. you. Thanks for asking for that. You guys wrote us a pretty varied set here.
Baby, I'm playing it cool like a Lovestruck Girl from my old high school. You taste so sweet. I'm trying hard to follow my rules, cause I don't wanna be one of those forlorn fools out on the street. Oh, but I could fall, I know you could too. Right over the line, you could be mine. But we're doing the dance that two lovers do when they're out of time. On the borderline. Baby, I don't want you to see me this way, so vulnerable. I give my heart away, it makes me weak. Used to be, I was a rock at Gibraltar, and I stumble all over my feet, and I fall through when I try to speak. Out on the edge of the great divide, the unspeakable chasm between us, and the places we run to, but we cannot hide from the neon sign on the
Somebody's got mad. I'm gonna throw my chair down. What was that? Somebody said, yeah, okay. All right, so let's see, which one shall we do? Oh, I know. Let's see. I think it's right here. I don't know this song. He's sending me an eyebrow signal. So, you know, a lot of times when I really love driving around the Southwest, and I've done much touring alone, especially from Texas up to Colorado, and stopping over in Santa Fe, where I spent much of my earlier years. And So I was one time driving up to Denver from Santa Fe and Texas actually, and I was coming up to the Raton Pass, which is right on the border between New Mexico and Colorado, and it's a big steep climb, it's a steep grade, and sometimes if you're down at the bottom of Raton on the Raton side, it could be like raining down there, but up on top of Raton it could be a blizzard. So you have to really think about whether you're going to go up over the pass, and you can be deceived until you suddenly find yourself up on the pass in a slippery, slidey situation. So it was getting dark, and I thought I'm not going to take chances. I'm just going to stop here in Raton, and so I was driving around and I was trying to find a decent sized motel. And they don't have those in Raton. So I just pulled into one of these little Western Trails type, one of the old, 50s style motels. And it was like a blast from the past. They had a real key. And I had a key to my room, and I got in my room, and there was like, just a well preserved, by probably all the stuff they sprayed on the shag carpet, It was one of those rooms where you put towels down from the bed to the bathroom. You're like, I'm not going to touch that thing. I'm not even going to do my exercises down there. So I had it all worked out, and they had a TV that was bolted to the wall, and the vinyl curtains and everything. And it was fine. And I opened the window at a certain point because it was the last motel in town before you go up over the pass, and I opened my window, and it was like I had just opened my window into like Truckville. It was like you could hear the chugs just Jake breaking down the pass, and they just sounded like they were coming into my room, and it was like one of those moments where I was like, God, this is my life, I don't know what the hell am I doing? I'm all alone here in fucking Raton. And then, I started, and then I thought about Towns Van Zandt, and I thought about him going up, because of course Towns would be thinking like, well, maybe it's snowing up there, I better stay down here in the motel. Towns would be like just pushing his car up over, he'd have a bottle on the seat next to him, and he'd just be like going up over the fucking pass. Didn't matter what time of day or night, he was going to the next place. So I thought about him, and that started me thinking about this song. And it's called Midnight on Raton. Sitting in a motel on the outskirts of Raton. How the years have flown since towns passed through these hills alone. I got someone who loves me, but it's too late to phone. I wanna ride this road forever, and I'm dying to go home. High above room 28, the swirling of the stars draw the vinyl curtains like a veil across my skin. I turn the bedside lamp down, and I let my shadows in, 'cause I feel so full and so empty-handed. World so cruel, I don't think I understand it. Are we still fools who don't know right from wrong? Here at midnight on Raton. For a pen,
like it was my long lost friend, and I curl up beneath the blankets and I dream until the dawn. But come morning, I'll be through these hills and gone. Come morning, I'll be through them hills and gone. Driving at night up Highway 25, blindfolded I know the way. Up over the rise, like a jewel in the mountain, shine the lights of Santa Fe. How many times have I come home to you, just to have you turn me away? You've been betrayed by the ones that threw you to the whims of the white man's way. Show no resentment now, you show no resistance to the ones who've done you wrong. Oh, they'll hang themselves on their own full existence after the laughter's gone. Oh, Santa Fe, see your faith. I did my time in an honorable way. There is a candle for each dream that breaks in the night. Santa Fe. A house of mud to the governor's palace. Spirits walk the streets in the daylight, and some scream for blood, some bear no malice for the ones who stole their birthright. Naive tourists standing shoulder to shoulder with wise and ancient souls. Ah, the old way is lost and the tracks grow colder as the bell of St. Francis tolls. Ah, Santa Fe, see your faith. I did my time in an honorable way. Now there is a candle for each dream that breaks in the lights of Santa Fe. Oh, there is a candle for each dream that breaks in the lights of Santa Fe.
more song from Seculare yet, just because the album was kind of built around this song.
Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the full moon. Thank you for my true love's face and our lives in love consumed. Thank you for the stars, a home along the river. Thank you for the ancient groves and the fishes brown and silver. All things running wild, grass enough for grazing, water flowing clean and pure, all the beauty that saves me. Thank you for the dawn, oceans rise and fall, children born to carry on, and the end's always come. Thank you for the songs, thanks for all my good luck, all the things that don't go wrong, and the hopes that won't give up. Thank you for my tears, loved ones who forgave me. Thank you for my darkest years, all the sorrows that made me, and the beauty that saved me.
Thank you all so much. I'm thinking maybe we should sing. We could sing one together. Let's do this. It's one of the ones you asked for, and your part. You probably don't know the part, but I will lead you through it as we go. And this is a song I wrote about our beautiful springs in Austin, Texas. We have these Barton Springs, which are a very, very old springs that have been around for a long time, and they were dammed up. They're not the size of a couple of football fields. I think it's just huge, and it's really they're in the center of town. It's the heart of Austin, and there's a little salamander that lives and breeds only in Barton Springs. And because of that one little salamander, we have all these. It's on the endangered species list, so because of that one salamander. We have all these water regulations in place downtown, and just single-handedly holding the line for us there in Austin. Isn't that amazing? So this is a song I wrote because they even have these, on the full moon, the whole town comes, they open the springs in the night, in the summer, on full moon, and the whole town comes out and swims, and thousands of people under the full moon. It's so communal. It's just the coolest thing. So this is a song for Barton Springs, and it has a great little chorus, if you'll sing with us. In the building block canyons, the urban survivors are trapped in the gridlock of 9 to 5 thing, burning their candles while gas engines idle. They long for revival in Wildewood Spring. Come down where the wild birds sing. Come down where the water's clean. Down in the Wildewood Spring. Postgrads from West Texas, hippies from Maine float with the rednecks as kids do their thing. The First Nations linger with the ghost of John Trainer in the deep waters of Wildewood Spring. Here we go. Come down where the wild birds sing, where the wild birds sing. Come down where the water's clean, where the water's clean. Down in the Wildewood Spring. Down in the Wildewood Spring. This would be more than a vow and a ring. With the last rays of hope and the blue skies above him, he flung himself into the Wildewood Spring. Come down, wild birds sing, where the wild birds sing. Come down where the water's clean, where the water's clean. Down in the Wildewood Spring. Down in the Wildewood Spring. Let's hear you sing. Come down where the wild birds sing, where the wild birds sing. Come down where the water's clean, where the water's clean. Down in the Wildewood Spring. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. We've had a great night. Thank you, Danny, for a wonderful sound for us tonight. Hard to stop. I mentioned earlier that I have my email list over there. It's so we've really gone back to the email list. They're really our go-to way of reaching you. So if you're not on our email list, please do join back there. There's a sheet of paper and a place to sign up. And promise I don't send you any political forwards or tell you to vote for Elizabeth Warren. All right. So let's sing another one since that works good. Doesn't it get you all oxygenated before you hit the dusty trail? All right, let's do it again. We'll do this one. I want to thank once again Jim and John for having us again after a few years and all the years you've been supportive for us, and to the amazing Jim Henry.
Slouching toward Bethlehem.
So thank you so much.
Peace call.
Thank you. Is that what you like?
Peace call.
All right. All right. You sing it with us. Yeah, I got to be the one who discovered this song just out of pure, just good fortune. Nora Guthrie, during the Bush 2 years, handed me one of Woody's out-of-print songbooks. She said, and because I told her I wanted to find a good anti-war song that had never been of Woody's. I wanted, something. And she handed me this old songbook. She said, try this out. And it was all out of print stuff that Woody had just he had so many songs. He just sometimes just hand them over to the publisher and before he'd even sung them anywhere. And so I found this song in there and got to put it on Land of Milk and Honey with Patty Griffin and Mary Chapin Carpenter and Iris DeMent, and it became a great little anthem. It's called Peace Call, and it's got a chorus. Open your hearts to the paradise, to the peace of the heavenly angels. Take away that woeful shadow dancing on your wall. Take to the skies of peace, oh friends, peace of the one great spirit. Get ready for my bugle call. Sound, and I can hear the bugle roaming round my land, roaming round my land, my city and my town, my city and my town. Peace, peace. I can hear the voices ringing. I can hear the voices louder while my bugle calls for peace. While my bugle calls for peace. Darkening the world around you, but in my life of peace, your dark illusions fall. Think and pray along the way, embrace the ones around you. Get ready for my bugle call of peace. Roaming round my land, roaming round Bye.